Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Dex.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing an episode review for Riverdale. Episode 4, The Last Picture Show. Now, in this episode, we find out that Betty, she finds out about the affair between Archie and Miss Grundy from the Boy Scout. And she confronts Archie about the affair. And then she starts her own investigation into Miss Grundy and her background. And she finds out that Miss Grundy changed her name and mysteriously has a gun in her car. Also in this episode, Miss Lodge is involved in a business deal, trying to obtain the drive-in land, and she's in this like secret dealings with this Southside biker gang, and her husband has a scheme to acquire this lucrative land. Alice Cooper is on a crusade to break up Archie and Betty. So she goes to Betty's things and she finds the gun that Miss Grundy has and the secret in Betty's diary about Archie and Miss Grundy having an affair. And then she comes up with her own plan to expose Archie and Miss Grundy in order to break up, Betty and Archie. And after that situation, Alice, Alice, Betty, and Fred confront Archie and Miss Grundy about their affair. And, Miss Grundy explains that, she was on the run, she's an abused wife, and that's why she changed her name. And, that's what the whole secret, her secret past is. So ultimately, they threaten to expose them, but Archie begs them and says, hey, I care about her, don't expose her, I'll take responsibility for this. But ultimately, Betty comes forward and says, hey, Mom, if you expose them, then I'll expose the crazy antics that I've done, and our family will look even worse in town. But then ultimately, Miss Grundy was like, hey, I'll leave, you'll never see me again. And, there's a whole heartbreaking scene with Archie and Miss Grundy breaking up. So after that, Miss Grundy creepily leaves town, but on the way out, she's scoping up other teenage guys, on the way out.
She's a predator.
Yes.
All right, so also in the show, some of the other, I guess, lesser plot lines were Jughead Jones is trying to save the Twilight drive-in. So we find out the reason he wants to do that is because that's where he lives. So we find out that he's homeless after he unsuccessfully tries to save it. We also find out that his dad is the leader of the biker gang. We also see that in the Riverdale series, they're not going to be shying away from same-sex relationships. We see Kevin making out with one of the younger biker gang members. And we also see that Sheriff Kelly's office was ransacked. But we don't know who it is, but we know that all the evidence concerning Jason Blossom's death is like all messed up.
Yeah. So this was an interesting episode. I've suspected Miss Grundy from the beginning about being the killer, and I still think there's a possibility she's the killer because she's just way too predatory. I mean, she's banging 15-year-olds and she has no remorse. And wasn't it funny how Archie's dad was just way too cool about them banging? He's just like, it's okay, son.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it.
You're 15. She's only 34.
Yeah. Yeah. It seemed like when it became like the teacher-student relationship, there were two things that they were showing. They were showing, okay, is Archie the victim or is Miss Grundy the victim? Is it okay? Is it not okay? So it seemed kind of like from the guy's standpoint, it's okay, but the women in the episode were like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be sleeping with your teacher.
It's illegal, which it is, but...
Yeah. I'm also interested to see what is up with Jughead Jones' father, because in the series, we find out that Jughead Jones' father actually worked for Fred Archie, but he was fired. And now all of a sudden Jughead is homeless, which we didn't know. And also, I don't know if they actually talked about where his mom was in the episode.
No, I don't think they did.
And does anyone know that he's homeless?
Yeah, where's the sister? Because they brought up Jelly Bean finally in this episode, but it's like, where's she at?
Yeah, I'm also going to be interested to see what's the deal between like Veronica Lodge and the gangsters Are they going to retaliate to get more money? And also, is Alice Cooper going to find out that Veronica's mom gave a contribution to the mayor?
Oh, so she can hate some more.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what she does. She works for the paper.
She just hates eternally on everybody.
Yeah, so I thought this was a good episode. I was just kind of surprised. I was just kind of a little shocked to see that the whole teacher-student relationship was...
Romanticized?
Well, not romanticized, but like after, what are we on, the 4th episode?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's over? That's it? I thought it was going to go all the way through. It was like no suspense. It was just all of a sudden...
Well, I mean, you knew it was going to end and she was going to leave eventually because then they can focus on the core love triangle with Archie, Betty, and Veronica, but, you know...
I don't know. I felt like it could have gone a little bit longer.
But they'll probably be like, she leaves, but she'll be back.
She'll be back.
Because they didn't even ask us, like, well, I guess they alluded that, she had the gun for protection from the ex-husband. But it's like, why do you have this gun? And, there's this murder.
So nobody, could put together, she had a gun, somebody was killed.
Yeah, she used to teach
Could
him.
it be her? Right.
Yeah, So, I think she'll be back once we figure out who the killer is. She'll be back. Be like, which I still think it might be her because she's a throwaway character. But
so it's gonna be interesting to see where all these characters go, and if there's a link between the old Miss Grundy and the new Miss Grundy, aside from the fact that they both have the same names.
Yeah.
Which I think there might be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Should I check that gun to see how many bullets were in there?
Yeah.
I know. All right, looks like it's all the time that we have for today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please check out our other channel, Dex and Mike's Movie Show.
Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Comment below, and we will see you next time.